Willpower Nation, what is up, everybody? It's nice to see you again. Happy Friday. Not sure when you're watching this, but okay, I'm going to get straight to the point here. This video is about the foundation. So, what does that exactly mean? Okay, so there's one thing that is overlooked all the time when it comes to being on your weight loss or muscle building or maintenance, wellness. This entire journey of, let's call it self-discovery, because that's really what it is, of your own health and wellness or health and fitness, depending on to what extent you're going. But, it seems to be its own journey in our life because, well, let's face it, our environment, it kind of goes against the grain of health, right? We have a lot of influences. We have a lot of distractions. We have a lot of things pulling us in opposing directions, whether it be fast food and eating out or getting information here saying this is right versus saying this is right, right? So we feel that this becomes a journey of discovering things. And it doesn't matter what your goal is. If you got to lose 100 pounds, if you got to lose 5 pounds, if you're trying to put on lean muscle, if you're trying to increase your internal wellness, if you're trying to maintain, I think there's a whole conversation for itself for the people who have the good work ethic, which could be you, and you've lost the weight or you've put on the muscle. And the question becomes, how do I keep this? Because the environment is so stressful and it pulls me away from keeping what I have achieved. And that becomes a very hard thing. So what we've all learned is this kind of becomes a journey, right? Like no matter how long it is, it becomes a journey for the rest of your life. So you start to realize the more you've been doing it. I've been doing this for 16 years. This has been my journey since I was 12. Just being overweight as a kid and wanting to lose weight way back then, all the way through leading me through my baseball career and then through bodybuilding and then to where I am today. It's been my journey for so long. And it wasn't until recently, within the past few years, that I really realized, at a young age, this is never going to stop. Like this, especially with the environment we're in, the stressors we have, this journey will last forever. Literally, probably going through this next generation, especially in our society and our culture, it's never going to stop. You're going to have this health and fitness or health and wellness component to your life that's going to feel like a journey, probably until you die. With our generation, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, let me get back to my point because I'll tend to go off on some tangents. My point is that no matter what your goal is, losing weight, maintenance, putting on muscle, it's all coming back to one foundational principle that I think is highly overlooked. It's becoming more popular in the industry right now, but it's definitely an overlooked topic because it's a blanket. There's a blanket on it because it's not necessarily what sells, okay? The sexy stuff sells, right? The abs, the nice legs, the arms, the vanity portion, the ego, buying into the ego. So there's one foundational aspect that really accelerates growth in any goal, no matter what your goal is. And that is the fundamental principles of internal health. And I know some of you guys watching this, because this would have been me. I'm telling you, this would have been me. Oh God, here we go. Internal health stuff. Here we go. But what I've learned to do over the past few years is deliver the information in a understanding way. So that's what I'm going to do right now, okay? I'm going to tell you why internal health in probably the next 10 minutes. I ain't going to make this video long because it doesn't need to be. Why internal health should be your number one goal for the rest of your life, no matter what your actual goals are, your physical goals. Let me tell you why internal health is everything for you. Let's start at what its function is, okay? So internal health encompasses a few things: your gut, your liver, and your immunity. What do they all have in common? Well, your gut is directly correlated to your immune system, okay? Your gut is what keeps you healthy. It's what keeps you active. It's what keeps you from dying and getting sick. That's what your immune system is designed to do, not let you die of viruses and get sick, right? So your gut contributes to that. Now, I just want you to think about that. This goes for anybody with any goal, okay? Think about the survival abilities of the human body. Survival, right? If you were out in the jungle or the forest or the desert or whatever, you could survive like pretty amazing how your body would be able to survive on its own, right? We have that instinctive nature, okay? That is based a lot on your ability, your immunity, right? So if your body is going into a survival state, okay, because the immunity is going down, that becomes the number one priority internally to keep you alive. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think your body cares about your six pack? Or do you think it cares about your nice arms or your nice legs or removing cellulite on your body? Or do you think it cares about adding an inch to your arms or maybe making a bigger chest for you guys or adding some size to your legs? Do you think it really cares? It doesn't. It cares about surviving. That's what it does every day. So the moment your immunity is subpar, which happens a lot in our environment because of toxicity and all the things in our environment, processed foods, things like that. If your body is focused on your immunity to survive and keep you alive, it's clearly not focused on those other things. So why do you think you hit so many plateaus no matter what you do? And then if you were to really sit down and think, okay, well, let me see what kind of stress I'm putting my body under. What am I eating? What am I doing? How am I working out? How am I sleeping? Things like that. And you could probably identify that your immunity is probably just trying to keep its head above water. So I would argue if you took care of your immunity, then your body would be able to not think it's going into a survival mode, and it could actually start doing the things that you want it to do. Think about when you first attempt a goal: muscle gain, fat loss, maintenance, and wellness. It always works well right off the bat, right? Cleansing, detox, it always works well right off the bat. And then the plateaus start to come. Well, let me ask you what comes with that. Don't you think you start to work a little bit harder and a little bit harder and a little bit harder? Some of us start to eat a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, work out a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, put more and more stress on our bodies, do more and more and more and more. Well, what starts to happen is the immune system cannot handle it. So it lowers and your body goes into that mode and your results just plateau. And you can't figure out why. It's literally hands down the most frustrating thing I've experienced. I can't even count on one hand how many times, on two hands, how many times I've been in that situation, just like you guys. So what I've learned is when the immune system is up to par, everything else continues to work. So whatever programming, whatever your goals are, it continues to work because your immune system never suffers. So back to my original point, what focuses on immunity? What is in conjunction with your immunity? Your gut health. Your gut health is directly correlated to your immune system. What else is directly correlated to your immune system? Well, not your immune system, but gut. What is in relation? What works hand in hand? Well, your liver. Your liver detoxifies your body. And I ain't going to get into the science of all that because I don't know. I'll bring in a professional for that. But what we do know is the liver, we all know this. I'm with you here. The liver detoxes your body as well. That's what it's doing all day. So if your gut, so here's what the gut does. The gut is the first line of defense, guys. Everything that comes in has to get filtered, utilized, and absorbed at the gut. So if your gut health is not up to par, even if you're taking the vitamins and the minerals and you got the really good protein powder and you got the good vitamins and you got all the stuff, if your body is not digesting and absorbing it at its first line of defense, it cannot contribute to the immunity. It cannot contribute to assisting the liver, bringing stress down in the body. It cannot contribute to that. So if it cannot contribute to any of those things, you are wasting your time. That is why you are hitting plateaus. I promise. It's always the number one thing. Always. And it was a big shock to me when I started to realize this. So just now, let's think about this under the impression that the gut is in a good state. Okay, your internal health, and I honed in on the gut, but I mean your entire internal health. Now, Everything is functioning. Think about this. Everything is functioning in homeostasis. It's balanced. Your gut health is good. You can digest, you can absorb vitamins, minerals, macros, and micros. What are macros? Proteins, carbs, and fats, which is your food. Micros are your vitamins and minerals. Well, if you can digest and absorb at a very high rate because your gut health is good, what do you think all those things are going to do, right? Well, one, they're going to stimulate and keep your immune system high. So your body will never go into that mode we talked about. You will also bring less stress to the liver. The liver won't have to detox at such a high level, putting stress there, right? You bring down stress levels, your body's ability to detox, your immunity goes up. Now, let's get to your goals. You want to lose weight. 100 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, doesn't matter. I would argue the foods you're eating and the exercise you are doing are in conjunction. They're working together, right? So the foods you're eating, they need to digest and absorb. So odds are if you're on a weight loss diet, your intake is probably a little bit lower. We all know that to be true. Well, what if you're only digesting and absorbing like 60% of what you're eating? Well, now, let's say you were eating 1,200 calories. Let's just use an even number, 1,000 calories a day. What are you actually using if you're absorbing 60% of that? 600 calories, right? What happens when your intake is too low? Your metabolism goes down. That's natural. That could be a whole nother video. The metabolism goes down. What do you think is going to happen when your body's absorbing 60% already in a low calorie state to your immune system with micros, the vitamins and the minerals? Your immunity is going to go down. So then what happens? You start to get sick. You feel lethargic. Inflammation goes on in the body. All these symptoms, and you plateau in your weight loss. Even though you're eating all the clean food, even though you're working out, nothing's happening. You see the domino effect? That's why your gut health is so important. It doesn't matter if you need to lose 5 pounds or you need to lose 100 pounds. In order to keep progressing, the internal needs to be clean. It needs to be healthy. Same thing goes for muscle gain. The muscle gain is just as important. Think about this, guys. Girls, guys, for those of you trying to put on muscle, think about this. You're trying to feed into the muscle, right? Because the muscle needs to grow. You're working out hard. You're eating all the good food. You're training hard. Well, when you're training, you're breaking down muscle to rebuild it out of the training session. That's how you develop lean muscle, right? You don't like eat and like food is muscle. It's not how it works. So imagine you're eating, 2,000 calories a day. You're trying to put on this muscle. Well, let's say your gut health isn't up to par and you're absorbing 60%. So that would mean, 50% would be 1,000. So I don't know, 1,200, 1,100, 1,200 calories, but you're trying to eat 2,000. So do you see where you're now putting yourself in a deficit when you were supposed to be in a surplus to gain muscle? And you're saying, I hear this all the time. I'm eating all the food. I'm eating so much food. I don't know why. Well, maybe because you're not absorbing 100% of what you're eating because your gut health is not in alignment. You see what I'm saying here? It all starts to make sense. Now let's go into maintenance, right? You lost the weight, you put on the muscle. Now you want to figure out how do you maintain? Well, in order to maintain, you're going to have to bring yourself into an intuitive state, right? Because you can't follow a diet the rest of your life. Although we will still not look long term, and we will get on these diets, we will do these programs that are not lifestyle in order to get to a result, and then wonder how come we can't keep it. So it's got to turn into an ability to intuitively eat, right? Your ability to intuitively eat is based on one fundamental principle: having enough experience amongst all these different environments, all these different foods, all these different training mechanisms in a controlled group where you can ask questions and do that for an extended period of time, all knowing you want to go to a state of intuitive eating. So you could eventually let go of some of the dependencies that you've created, the diet, the exercise, etc., to do it on a subconscious level that is intuitively, right? You're just doing it. You're not really thinking about it. But again, even if you get to that intuitive state, which a lot of us do over time, if the gut health is not there, all of the things that you are acting on intuitively, right, for maintenance, you're creating like a false representation, right? Because all the actions that you're taking, all the things you're doing, well, the gut health, if it's not up to par, you're giving your body a false reading, right? I'm eating this intuitively to maintain these results, but your gut is saying, well, I'm not in alignment with what you're choosing because I cannot digest, absorb, handle, utilize, etc. You see where the misalignment comes into play? So now you kind of put it all together. The gut, if it's not in alignment with what you are doing, in health and wellness, you will plateau. You will stop getting results. This is single-handedly the biggest issue that people have. So the next question becomes, right? Okay, well, maybe light bulb went off. Well, now you got to take care of your gut. That would take me hours to do. I'll probably do it in another video, but here's my recommendation to you. If you're on this, get into our private Facebook group, Willpower Nation. Feel free to share this video. Get into our group, Willpower Nation, and just start asking questions on the wall. We can answer it. Our integrative health practitioner is in there, very, very well educated in gut. That's what she specializes in. So it's a great place for free. Not trying to ask you guys for any money or sign up on anything. Go into Willpower Nation, comment on the wall, start asking about gut health. You will get answers. Mention me in the comment or mention Brianna Owen in the comment. She is our integrative health practitioner for our Willpowered programs. We're getting ready to bring on a naturopathic doctor that also specializes in gut health. So we're going to have access. Now, it's going to be hard to have direct access to them, obviously, in the free Willpower Nation group, but we could answer general questions, no problem. But if you think that this could be something that could be affecting you at a very high level and you think you need individual attention, I'm creating a structure so that you can have access to our integrative health practitioner and our naturopathic doctor and me, just for the general concept, right? Because if you can't absorb it, you're not going to utilize it. And that's kind of my thing. So anyway, come into Willpower Nation, ask questions. I'm going to cut this video off. We're already at 16 minutes, but hey, here's the other thing. Our next 30-day challenge is for the month of April, okay? We have early bird registration going on right now for the month of February. Give you guys a little bit of discount, but you could sign up all next month in March. But here's the changes coming to our 30-day challenge. It's not just for fat loss. You can do fat loss. Doesn't matter if you need to lose 5 pounds or 100. Not that you're going to lose 100 pounds in 30 days, but I mean big weight loss, muscle gain, or maintenance. I've been able to invest and enhance the program so we can offer that type of customization for people. And in this April program, you will also have full access to our integrative health practitioner who specializes in gut health, our naturopathic doctor who also specializes in gut health. So you'll have access to all that. And our program's only $200. It's $199 on the website right now. For the early bird, it's like, I think $179. So just having access to those professionals for that is like game changer. Plus, you're going to get specialized macros and our whole coaching, but I don't want to go into all that. You could check that stuff out on our website, will-powered.com. There may be a link also in the email that you're getting. Not too sure, but just, hey, reply back to the email. It's that simple. We have real humans actually looking at these emails. So simply reply back or shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram, doesn't matter. Want to get you guys taken care of. Look, here's the deal, guys. I highly recommend you jump into that challenge. I'm very proud of this challenge because I feel that we've cracked the code, that we've mastered the ability to educate people on stuff like this in real time with actual professionals and still customized programming for you on a flexible lifestyle basis to try to get you to that state of intuitive eating that we all want to get. So please come try it out, test it out. We also do a money back guarantee. So we do the first 5 days is all coaching. And we will offer a 100% refund. If you are not liking the experience that you have, we'll give you a full refund. That's how confident we are in the program. So I'd love to see you guys in it. I think it's going to be one of our biggest, best, baddest challenges we've ever done for the month of April. But I hope you guys got a lot out of this video. I don't want to go on a rant with that. Please reply back to this email. Shoot me a message online. We'll make sure to take care of you. And you can find some more stuff on our website. But other than that, thank you guys.